back again with another one for you all, and in this one, I want to just go over this video to do with Boris Johnson supposedly being put into the ICU, and how this is just, in my opinion, a big fat part of the show. It's a big fat, it's just another part of the show. I'm just, again, not buying it. Before I click on this video, you're going to see with all these videos, you're going to see the numerology. So you have the duality, the 2-2, and again here you have the 2-3 for 33, and then you also have the if you add the 2 to the 4, you get a 6, and then thus having a 3 and the 6 next to each other makes 3 6s. So yeah, you have the numerology in this video by the sun. But again, I'm not an expert on numerology, but I know the basics. I can see it. I usually can see it for what it is. So let's click on this video. Let's have a little look.
Well, can I first give an update on the condition of the Prime Minister? I know a lot of people.
All right. So starting off, another thing you want to notice with the duality is the 2 flags. Okay, there's 2 flags there for a reason. That's to do with duality. They do everything in 2s.
Will be
and again,
about
same.
That. I can tell you he's
Sorry,
receiving
apologies
the very
for
best care from.
But then again with the 2 microphones, and that's
Hospital.
no mistake.
He remains stable overnight.
And again, I'm very intrigued as to why they changed this banner. It was a different color before they switched it up. I couldn't tell you why that is. But again, like, stay home, protect the NHS, save lives. This is the stuff they're pushing on people. This is the stuff that people are buying.
He's receiving standard oxygen treatment and breathing without any assistance. He's not required any mechanical ventilation.
And listen, before I make this video, this is all just speculation. I'm not here to say that this stuff is correct, and this is all my just opinion. This is my speculation. But yeah, I just have some questions with this whole Boris Johnson thing. Like, honestly, I'm not buying it. Like, we've seen the video that he made. It just, anyone could have done that. And
or non-invasive respiratory support. He remains in good spirits, and in keeping with usual clinical practice, his progress continues to be monitored closely in critical care, and we'll give further updates on the PM's condition when there are any material developments. And I know that there's been groundswell of messages of support. So
this is another thing that I'm interested in. So obviously, if Boris has caught this virus, okay, well, firstly, my first question is, how did he contract it? Who did he contract it off? If it somehow infiltrated the House of Parliament, how does Boris Johnson have the virus? And why is it Boris has gone into a critical condition when he's not even a supposed high-risk individual? It's just all of a sudden the Prime Minister. You can't make this stuff up. It's like a movie. This stuff's like a joke. It's crazy. Like, of all people they'd pick, they've got things like Prince Charles or whoever his name is, actors like, all these different actors, and people like Tom Hanks getting it. And to me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, who do you know personally that has the virus? Who do you know personally that's been diagnosed with COVID-19? You know what I'm saying? Actually been tested positive, even though the tests are false positives anyway, most of them. But yeah, so my point is, like, they're not even talking about how he potentially contracted it, and why have they not been following the procedures, blah blah blah. No, this is all part of the script. Like I said, it's all part of the show. And not only that, my second question is, why have we not seen, why is there not even like one photo? He's been in intensive care for like a day or so now. Why haven't we just seen one photo? Like, I'm sure he's capable of just putting his thumb up and going, yeah, I'm okay. Because he's the, and then people say, oh, well, it's for his privacy and stuff. Well, no, this is the Prime Minister. This, you've stepped up to this position. Your life is in the public eye now. That's the role you've taken on. But yet, again, no photos. Get one little rubbish video, and everyone's, oh no, Boris is bad, and everyone's like, you're losing their shit. I mean, obviously, if they don't have a context for what's going on, they're not going to see this. But for me, this just screams, bullshit. Okay, so carrying on with this, I want to show you guys this. So this is, again, still about Boris, and I find this very interesting. And I want your guys' take on this, because, like I said, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is fact. I'm not saying, you know, I'm right, but this is just my speculation. And yeah, so just want people to know that before I make this video.
The shock last night of a Prime Minister taken into intensive care with the life-threatening symptoms of coronavirus today.
All right, so I'm just going to put it here. I mean, this is just a point. I mean, I'm not going to, I mean, you know, supposedly these hospitals are rammed, they're full, you know, they're having, you know, it's chaos, they need help, they need ventilators, you know what I mean? Whereas, I mean, this one is in London. I don't know specifically where this is. I know it's near, you know, it's in London. So, but I don't see, you know, people, I don't see masses of people. I don't see, you know, like any sort of signs that this place is overrun in any form. But again, just speculate.
Cautious optimism here at London's famous St Thomas's Hospital, across the river from the Houses of Parliament. A PM reported as stable, yes, needing oxygen, but not mechanical or intrusive ventilation.
So again, not mechanical or intrusive ventilation. He doesn't need anything significantly bad, but yeah, he's been sent into the ICU. So again, just maybe potentially just for dramatic effect.
Which is reassuring because.
All right, now this is the part I want to get into because I find this funny. You'll see in the bottom corner. So this is on the 29th of March. This is Borris.
As these pictures show, the Prime Minister.
This is on the 1st of April, guys. So obviously you can see he's starting to deteriorate.
The Minister looked increasingly exhausted in the days after he went into quarantine with a fever.
2nd of April. So they've somehow shown the 3rd of April, and then they've shown the 2nd of April because, you know, that's how the numbers go, guys. They go 1, 3, 2. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is just ridiculous. You know, like this is just ridiculous. I mean, come on now, just give me like, come on, like.
Which is reassuring because as these pictures show, the Prime Minister looks increasingly.
Exactly you know, they gave his hair a little bit of a shake, and then they said, "Yeah, it will do. It looks good enough." You know.
Days after he went into quarantine with a fever and cough.
He looks fine. He looks fine.
27th of March. So here he is, the Foreign Secretary.
And yeah, I mean, I mean, come on now. Was that even worth putting it in? Like, come on, there's no credibility there. You know, he looks exactly the same in every photo. So, yeah, another thing they do, it's just ridiculous. You know, like I said, I want to see a photo of him in the hospital. I want to see a photo of him in the care unit. You know, and showing our hard-working NHS staff, you know, hard at work. That's what I want to see. All right, anyway.
Dominic Raab.
If there's one thing I know about this Prime Minister, he's a fighter, and he'll be back at the helm, leading us through this crisis in short order.
But in the meantime, does Dominic Raab really have the power? You didn't quite.
Well, I personally believe that politics is a big pile of shit anyway. You know, all these countries are working together. All this is a part of the world stage. So to think that this man has any power, this is all part of the script. You know, they're all working together. Everyone up at the top, they're all on the same team now.
Fertilised by it, and it matters to all of us that his current.
You know, and I think I'd like to point out as well. This is police officers. You're going to see a lot of police officers, you know, in and around the news and maybe in your neighborhoods and stuff in the UK. And I don't know whether in the UK especially, I have not seen very many police officers. One, I have not seen them social distancing, you know, doing the so-called social distancing. And two, they're not wearing their mask, you know. None of them seem to wear masks. Like, why? You know, why is that? Like, are they above the rules? You know, obviously they are because
incapacity doesn't undermine that collective national effort to defeat the virus. Robert Peston.
Especially, you know, I would have thought, personally, that the police would be wearing masks, especially outside of a hospital where there's cases or so-called cases of coronavirus. You know, you'd think they'd be wearing masks. Just finally, to finish up with this video, I just want to get into these rainbows that I've been seeing. I personally don't know what this is. But I just found it strange how they decided to do a rainbow to do the NHS, and I'm just like in my neighborhood, I'm seeing these, you know, these windows with the rainbow in it all the time. I just don't know what this is, but I knew something was fishy about it. And there is an airport in Denver. I'm sure you may have heard of it. That is pretty well known for its strange photos, very Illuminati, very scary, dark, scenery and stuff. And I just happened to notice this photo that I actually used in my last video. And I just want you to have a look at this photo real quick for me. And you'll notice in the photo, it says, if it's going to render. But yeah, it says it all makes, And just like that, it all makes sense. You know, this kind of like showing people in despair, people dying. I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm not looking into this too deeply, but I just saw it strange how this rainbow was in the shot as well. I just find that very interesting that would be there, you know. So this obviously has something to do with something. I don't know what exactly. If anyone knows any information, like, hit me up. But yeah, I just thought this was weird. Like, and yeah, just the rainbow, and you have the this soldier-looking geezer, kind of like got everyone sort of bowing down to him. So this could be their form. We know this is we're under martial law right now. We know, but it's just a different way to do it. You know, if you could just tell everyone, go inside, you know, do what we say, you know, and not a shot has to be fired, you know, to keep people where they want them to be, so they can carry on with their agenda. And it just goes to show how much power they really have over us. So yeah, this rainbow is interesting, and I will do more research. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, like I said, just ask questions. Don't take anything I say as face value. Don't, you know, everything I'm saying in this video is just an opinion. It's just speculation. I'm not saying any of this stuff is right. I'm not saying anything, you know. This is my just opinion. I'm just throwing ideas out there. So yeah, stay woke, guys. And yeah, cheers for watching.